What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. I want to talk about our boy, Charleston White. And like I said, he's really been doing some interesting things as it relates to this part of YouTube and just weighing in on issues. And recently he's weighed in on Hulk Hogan's death. Now, I'm gonna be honest, when it comes to Hulk Hogan and how people in the black community perceive him, as you guys know, Hulk Hogan was an individual that got caught talking negatively about blacks. I don't know if his daughter, Brooke Hogan, recorded him and then put that information out, but indeed that was the case. And so now once that happened, it put Mr. Hulk Hogan in the bind. He was not looked at favorably by the community. He was then suspended from WWE, and a lot of it was a bad look for his career. So what ended up happening is, of course, once that door closed, then basically the door opened for the extreme alt-right. And then remember, he was on a tour for his beer brand, and there was a black lady that, as he was touring around America, she was hired as one of the girls, and then she was not hired on anymore. And so they thought it was because she was black. So then he even made things worse. All right. Now, Charleston White has decided to get in on the issue, and he has to say,
"Oh, I love Hulk Hogan. Yeah, y'all came along and said he was racist, but I grew up with Hulk Hogan. I never known for him to be racist. And I don't want my daughter. I can't be mad at Hulk Hogan because he don't want no pushing that large log off in this girl, stretching her only to leave her as a single mother to come back to a white man with a stretched out pussy. You can't be mad at Hulk at that. I hope my daughter go get a mixed breed kid. I hope she don't get no full black man. Am I racist? Yeah, I don't like most black people. I swear to God, I don't. I didn't go to school with you. My mama, I didn't grow up in the ghetto, by the way. I'm a true seed of Dr. King's American dream. A nigga go across the racetracks and hold hands with white people. I ain't like you, nigga. Mad at white people about a motherfucker. 99 to 100% of white people never owned a slave that's alive today. So fuck. 99 to 100% of white people alive today never owned slaves. And back then, only a small portion of white people owned slaves. So how you gonna be mad at all white people? Because they got hired as the supervisor to oversee. The hell are you talking about? Even the black supervisor put the whip on the nigga. So how you gonna be mad at the white boy supervisor cracking the whip when mouths are gone? Supervisor on the job do the same thing when the manager leave. Nigga, he play like he the manager and mistreat all the other workers he don't like. So I don't want to hear shit. Nigga, Hogan is a legend, and don't nobody want their daughter fuck but a project. They don't want to happen. And Hulk Hogan didn't say if she's gonna fuck a guy, I hope she fuck NBA. And I would now love for my daughter to go get a rich NBA. Cause don't nobody want no broke pushing no big good dick daughter. That did good and big, and he ain't got no money. He all her the reward. She got to come to get the reward. No, that's not a legacy. It's gonna be a single mother soon. They don't know. Stop talking. Stop trying to explain to poor black people what racism is. They get prejudice confused with racism. Yeah. They don't know capitalism supersedes racism. Racism is a thing of the past. Capitalism rules. Consumerism rules. That's why they say the American consumer. They don't call you the American black citizen. They say everybody is listed as American consumer. Consumerism. Capitalism has superseded racism.
Now again, you guys know you can't really take Charleston White seriously, but let's just look at the argument. The argument is, I also don't want my daughter dealing with a black dude. All right. I also don't want her to be dealing with a broke black dude, end up as a single mom. And basically, it's capitalism over racism. So really, it's not about racism before those days are gone. And I want to challenge that part of it because I honestly believe that people think that's the truth when in reality, it's not. It is racism. And I think that the problem with blacks is when we feel that, oh, if we have enough value to whites, then racism is gone. And I'm not even the person that really rides on a platform of calling out white supremacy, but it was clear that from the conservative white right, as they reported what happened in Cincinnati, they don't want to report that the guy kicked the person first. You can clearly see it, okay? And then these were a group of thugs. Now you tell me, whenever do you hear any white person that does something that don't make no sense, are they ever called thugs? Okay. These white people who are moving to an all white town in Arkansas and Missouri, how much support are they getting? A whole lot. You don't see a whole lot of white folks calling them out. And that is in this whole thing about black fatigue and all this stuff. No, that it is racism. It's racism. Okay. And so when you say that, you give everybody who dislike blacks the green light to continue doing what they're doing. And you're doing so on the behalf of you gaining something with them. But let me tell you something. Like my grandma tell me. I'll make it plain. You can get everything you want from whites as far as you can get some new money and all that stuff. Want to know what that's going to turn into? I'm going to tell you. Eventually, at certain points, they going to give you your wake-up call, and they're not going to like you. And they don't respect you anyway. Let me tell you, like what's going on with Tiffany Hinger, okay? We can look at what's going to happen to Eric Adams. We can look at what's going to happen to Brandon Johnson. This is on the liberal side, all right? You're fighting into all of what the liberal Dems want. Immigration, stopping ICE, Karen Bass in LA, all of these different things. And then once you get dissatisfaction in your community, they drop you like a bad habit and they don't want nothing to do with your ass no more, okay? You're done. Ain't no coming back from that. What about Andrew Gillum? Andrew Gillum was the 126th mayor of Tallahassee, okay? This guy has 3 children. He's been married for I don't know how long. He got caught in a hotel, butt naked. The white dudes took the pictures of him. He's now bisexual because he was butt naked, cheeks was all out, everything, right? Where's Andrew Gillum now? Andrew Gillum's career is over, all right? It should be okay to be bisexual in today's stage. Why did Andrew Gillum publicly disappear? Because they didn't want nothing from him no more. It was done. He did everything that they wanted, and then they left him out to dry. It was no real partnership. And Charleston White, I know he says things for reactions and all this, but they don't care about him either. And that's the problem. We can have black ownership of what we do, black accountability. Nothing is wrong with that. But now to go ahead and say, oh, I don't want my person around them. Yeah, we all know. That's why we live in certain communities. There are a certain group of blacks we do not want to be associated with, just like there are certain groups of whites that whites don't want to be associated with. And to a certain degree, we all like people who can do something for us. We get it, no matter what the color is. We can overlook capitalism to a certain degree, or race to a certain degree. But there comes a time where we can't unsee race, because you can be the most educated black dude in the world with a lot to offer, and for the fact that you were black, a lot of people just not gonna like that. And it don't matter what you got to offer, okay? So when you join in on those arguments, you make it easier for the opposition, which are white racists, to believe what they believe about you. If you believe that, don't tell nobody. It's a lot of things about the black community we internally believe, which should never be talked about in the public, especially in front of whites, okay? Because you're not gonna get nothing from it anyway. Even look at Myron. Myron goes out here all day long supporting these whites. They should be able to move away from you, but you do understand, Myron, they don't want your ass over there with them either, right? You do know that, right? Because you're not white. As much as you supporting them, if them whites took over the United States to deport your ass, you'd be on the first plane back to Africa, okay? But you support them the whole time. Wanna know why? They don't want your ass, okay? So if you already don't like me, why am I helping you? Go help yourself. Take your ass on and stop helping these white folks with some of these white with their racist ass arguments. They don't get the deserve to hear that. Yeah, we all know somebody in the black community we don't want our people associated. We understand that. It's clear as day. Stop helping them. Stop helping them disrespect you. Because them pookies in the black community that you talking about, Charleston White, who you think helped create the pookies? The pookies were designed by the racists. Redlining and all that. The more pookies were crack-addicted moms, that was designed. So now you with Hulk Hogan? So they're gonna create the problem to a certain degree, and you agree with that? But then he'll go over there with Carmelo Anthony and talk about white racism. I mean, he's crazy. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy Oshie Jackson back at it again. Another episode of Celebrity Drunk. Put your fire, do start the bell. We're out.